Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your December 2020 reading. Also, happy birthday for all of you Cappies out there. And I am here to pull a Celtic cross today. And already wanting to pop out of the deck is the Four of Cups. You could be turning down an offer sometime soon. You could be offered something around this time. It could be something related to the emotional or spiritual well-being, or even some kind of communication. Whatever it is, it looks like it could be something that is just a little bit too much of something, maybe even a little bit too much of a good thing. It's the Four of Cups. It's right at the center of your spread here. And let's take a closer look at that. Alright, Capricorn. Four of Cups, it is in reverse. This is the card of extra particles in the Quantum Tarot 2.0 deck. Now, you can see extra particles kind of flowing out of this cup that's being offered from the sky. And I'm hearing unknown source. Unknown source that's offering something. So if you're being offered something that has, it's kind of coming in a masked nature, or perhaps with concealed information, or where the truth about it is not available to you, make sure you do all of your fact checking, make sure you do all of your research about it. It could be something that would be in your best interest to turn down at this time. And it's okay to say no. And we are crossed here by the King of Swords. So it looks like it could be, I'm looking down at this masculine figure, and it is your birthday month. This masculine figure, the King of Swords here, is kind of balancing the zodiac around his right hand. You can barely see it. All the zodiac signs, I'm hearing wheel, are around his right hand. So he's kind of using a balance of forces to his aid here, and that could be something that is potentially a tool for manifestation for you around this time. So it looks like you've got some really crystal clear mental activity going on concerning the situation, especially if you're turning down some kind of an offer around this time. And it's one of those things that is, it looks like the rational mind could be at your aid if it's something that you have been, I'm hearing, looking forward to. Something spiritually or emotionally appealing to you. It could be calling you around this time to use your more rational thinking, to use the intellect for your decision making. And that's okay. It could turn out being more fortuitous for you in the end. And let's look forward here. In the future, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. The conscious mind, we've got the Five of Pentacles. Subconscious mind, we've got the Knight of Swords here. And in the past, we have the Magician. So I see a lot of manifestation, tools of manifestation here for you. That's a positive sign. In the future, maybe even regarding this decision-making process. And the King of Swords is also the card of Saturn in this deck. And looking forward, we have, I'm hearing tool for manifestation. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Be careful about anything, anyone, or even activities that could be harvesting your energy around this time, or even harvesting your finances. The Seven of Pentacles is the card of Quark. It's also representative of a harvest. And so if you are reaping what you sow, or if someone else is reaping what you sow, be careful around this time and moving into the future about trying to stay neutral and stabilized with your finances, material wealth. It could be something where if you harvest too much finances, if there's more outgoing than there is incoming, then that could be negative for you around this time. Other than that, it is also it's a very colorful card. It really is another card of manifestation. And so we see him kind of ruling over these pentacles here with a lot of color. If you're someone who's an artist, can be absolutely a card of creativity as well. But I see it as a card of manifestation and a card of harvest. And it doesn't have to be finances. This could even be something that's potentially harvesting your energy. So make sure that you're resting well, make sure that your communications are balanced, and make sure that your finances are balanced. Make sure that your material, physical, spiritual, and emotional are all sort of balanced, and there's not one thing tipping over too much. We do see tipping over here of the cups, emotional well-being, spirit. And 4 is also the number of work. So if you're someone who is being emotionally bogged down by your work life, by your career, or something that's in your spiritual sort of practice, then you could be called to, I'm hearing quits, then you could be called to really reassess what it is that's incoming and outgoing, not just finances, but also emotional. What's in your emotional cup? Something that could be too draining or too exhausting for you. It looks like you're mentally stable during this time, but as far as finances, material wealth, and also the emotions, it could be something that you want to make sure that nobody is also harvesting your energy. There could be something that's taking a lot out of you, and just know that it's okay to say no. Your crowning card here is the 5 of Pentacles, and we see this character also, again, a focus on finances. This is a card of lack or scarcity. So you hopefully not, but you could be worried around this time concerning finances. 5 is also the number of conflict here. You could have kind of a split decision regarding your finances, but it looks like there's 2 pentacles that are shown, and then there's 3 that are really kind of behind the fog. I'm hearing smog. So as far as material wealth or gain, then there could be something, maybe even money hidden from you, or available finances or unavailable finances that you're unaware of. And it looks like finances and material wealth are in your conscious mind. So be careful about split decisions. It looks like decision making is kind of a theme going on here. And you have choice points. Be sure to balance all that's available to you, because you do have a lot of tools of manifestation, and using the rational mind is really going to aid you during this time with your finances. So is there some place you want to go or something you want to do? Is it related to travel? Is it related to work? Let's kind of look at this decision-making process. And it looks like we have the High Priestess, which is a really great card. I love this card. It's beautiful in this deck. And it is reversed here. And it's the number 2. She's kind of the card of hidden knowledge or wisdom. So it looks like it could even be information that's unavailable to you. Something that's concealed, whether it be finances, whether it be material goods, whether it be information. Be careful about that. It's also the card of hidden wisdom. It's something that's a little bit mysterious. So it looks like it could be something for you that also... it's also an intelligent card. So hidden wisdom, hidden knowledge, and also intelligence. And it could be something that is just unavailable to you at the moment. The High Priestess is kind of looking backwards into the past here. She's in reversal. And it's also, there's a lot of magenta and red colors on this card. Could be calling to the root chakra. She has a lot of light activity down here in the lower chakra system, near her sacral as well. So you could be called to kind of, I'm hearing band, and I'm also hearing torture. You could be called to really ground yourself to the earth during this time. Grounding yourself to the earth. I'm hearing elemental forces at play. It could be something that really rooting yourself. And looking back into the past, here we have the Magician card. It looks like he's juggling kind of a lot, but he looks like he's doing really well with it. And kind of looks like an atom here. These forces I'm hearing at play. And it's also the card of electromagnetism. So something you're magnetically drawn to as well. You could be magnetic yourself or drawing a lot to you during this time. You could have a lot of focus on you. And you could be using it, manifesting potential as well. And so looking forward into the future and continuing manifestation, it looks like possibly into the next cycle here. Again, be sure that there's a balance. I'm hearing emotional, but also financial and physical between what is being given and what is being received. And we can see that here in the Four of Cups as well. Giving and receiving. Is it right? Hopefully you're not being harvested in any kind of negative way or harvesting other people's energy. If you're someone who has tools of manifestation and you find that that you might be harvesting the energy of other people, then be careful about that. Looking at balance, really, also of income. So the electromagnetic force, you could be you could be just drawn to something, or you could have others drawn to you during this time. We're seeing a lot of magnetic force at play, and these are flipping out of the deck. So let's pull one for hopes and fears and career, finances, wealth. I'm hearing material goods, and I'm also hearing shame, shame, blame, and guilt. Hopefully not. I have a rule really in my life during this time that is no shame, no blame, no guilt. And if you're kind of weighing decision making, whatever it is, if it comes to you during this time or during any time, if there's any shame, any blame, or any guilt surrounding this situation, or even laced into this situation, then it's okay to say no. Turn it down. It's not going to be prosperous for you. I say this as I'm looking down at the Ten of Wands here, which is the card of heavy burdens. You could be ready to put something to rest. All of these wands on this person back who is really just like in the fires here. I mean, they are burning in the fire. I'm hearing desires, wealth, income, I'm hearing. And this is the Ten of Wands. So coming to the end of a cycle, perhaps you're ready to finally put down a burden. This is hopes and fears. Maybe you're worried you're not able to move on or get over something. Maybe you're worried you're not going to be able to end a cycle, whether it be emotional turmoil, spiritual turmoil, something of the self, some kind of process of the self that's brewing, where you've felt like you've just absolutely burned for it. Or perhaps you've been burned by someone, literally. But nonetheless, this character is kind of hunched over here, carrying all this weight on his back. I also think that it could be literally, if you have any back pain or back troubles, you may want to give that some attention during this time. We see even more, again, focus on red, yellow, orange, the lower chakra system, connecting to the earth and staying grounded could be positive for you during this time, especially as a tool. I'm hearing key, I'm hearing code, but for manifestation. And the card right under it is the Ten of Pentacles. So we'll talk about manifesting in a second here. But heavy burdens, you're ready to put them down. And that's okay. That's okay to let go of that. It looks like this could be a hope and a fear for you. So the hope that you can put them down, don't be afraid to walk away from something. And don't be afraid to also share. Share the, I'm getting burden, but also share the wealth. And so there's a lot of focus on giving and receiving and really balancing out and smoothing out that process among you and the people in your life. Okay, and so career, finances, we see another Pentacles card. We've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse here. And this is double, I'm hearing your income. What your crowning card is here, Five of Pentacles. And it's a split decision. We see two characters. It's almost the same character here with his back turned towards these hidden possibly finances, hidden material wealth, or hidden bits of something, bits and pieces of something. Could be finances, could be materials. It could be something, I'm hearing bank trust, that's just not seen. That's just not seen. I'm hearing are heard of. And this double character, we see the Five of Pentacles doubled here in the financial position. So you could be doubling your earnings, or you could be doubling down on something, and it is in, I'm hearing return, I'm hearing investment. It is in reversal during this time. It looks like you've got big plans for manifesting something in your physical space. It could be work in your work life. It is coming to, this is the end of a cycle here, or you could be looking forward to the end of a cycle, whether it be a financial cycle, perhaps you're leaving a job. Hopefully you're not affected by coronavirus. We could be going on another lockdown soon, which means people are going to be out of work. So you may even want to do a little bit of saving. It is your birthday month, if you earn anything this month, you know, you may be called to put some things away and save and store for the future. Because it looks like here in the future you also have a Pentacles card, the harvesting of finances. I'm hearing negative return as I'm looking at it in reverse. Stay neutral, stay balanced, find a balance between giving and taking. Because if you're able to use the powerful energy of the Ten of Pentacles, then this can be, I'm hearing solar plexus, and I'm looking at the solar system here is what this is, the solar system, surrounding the sun. I'm hearing gravity. Find your balance so that this can be a prosperous gain for you, because this is a really good card for finances. Okay? If there's anything in reversal for you, you could upright this with just the appropriate decision making. We all have infinite choice points in our lives, and they matter. And so again, calling this, make sure there's no hidden information for you. You're going to want to have all the facts. So make sure you're digging up and you're uncovering any bits and pieces of information, of finances, of material gain, wealth, property, anything that could be something that is not in your immediate view. Make sure you check your blind spots. It could really help your decision making, and it looks like you do have a good mental attitude during this time. You're feeling powerful, you're feeling empowered, and mental stability can absolutely be at your aid during this time. That's the card of Saturn. Let's look at the subconscious mind here, and we have Hercules. Are you fighting in your sleep, I'm wondering? This also can be a position of dreams, the subconscious mind, what's going on in the recesses of your mind, really. And also, I think of this as a force of creation as I look here, and I see the stars and I see space. And it's artistic. It's layers of art and imagery here, which I love. And he almost looks like a hologram. It looks like a hologram Hercules in the stars, and here's his constellation here. But he's got I'm hearing bull, bully, and bullshit. And I've got a club here in his hand, so he is fighting something. It's the Knight of Swords. Combat. This could be combat for you. And we also see the lion and also snakes here, which it looks like either a three-headed snake or three snakes here, and Hercules is really wrangling it. I mean, he's successful. Whatever it is that you're fighting, it looks like your mental battles and your mental struggles are like you have guidance, or you have the universe in your corner for this one. You could even be fighting in your sleep, but really also in this deck, Hercules is more the warrior who also uses his words to fight his battles. And so you could be successful, I'm hearing linguistics, with that during this time. Maybe you even talk in your sleep. But also you may want to record or log your dreams or any kind of subconscious activity of interest. It looks like there's going to be some dimension to your dream work during this time. There's dimension to your subconscious mind. You could be fighting something in the subconscious, and it looks like you're going to come out on top. So hopefully not from hopefully you're not fighting oppressors or anything like that. Hercules was persecuted heavily, so persecution as a theme. And Perseus comes to mind, another warrior card. But he was heavily persecuted, mainly by Hera, one of Zeus's wives. And Hercules, also son to Zeus, was persecuted by Hera. And he was born to another woman. And I think jealousy may have been really a part of that. I'm getting rage and resentment. So hopefully if you have any of that going on in your life, that can be put to rest. Try not to be paranoid or jealous at all. It looks like the High Priestess, the card of hidden wisdom during this time, hidden information. Don't drive yourself crazy if you feel like a loved one or a romantic partner is keeping something from you during this time. Just try to focus something positive into it, and give it and decide to give it something positive instead of something negative. And you might see that kind of multiply your potential and your outcome, and let the universe really just untangle those knots. Please try not to take any kind of negative action. Okay, let's look at, we've got over here in the corner, We did hopes and fears. We did career and finance. Let's look at love. And we have the Wheel of Fortune here. So I think of gambling, but also possibly with the finances, because finances seems to be a major theme here. And it is in reverse. If you're someone who literally gambles, you may not want to take any big risks during this time, but not necessarily monetarily. Taking risks in your love life. Taking risks in your love life, and it's the number 10 in the major arcana. We've got a lot of 10 cards going on here. Right down the side, we've got 10, 10, 10. And so it kind of makes me think of perfect 10 also. So it could be some kind of alignment for you, whether it be a planetary alignment. I'm hearing decisive factor, and I'm also hearing plagiarism, and I'm hearing key. So there could be something aligning forces, or like you have balancing multiple things at once, and having multiple cycles come to, I'm hearing fruition, but having multiple cycles come to an end at once. And so I'm looking down at this wheel, at the Wheel of Fortune, and it could be literally the stopping of wheels, whatever these wheels are. Hopefully you're not grinding your gears, right? If you're a gearhead, then there's a lot of machinery in this card if you can see it. It's really interesting. Again, layers of imagery there, or also if you're a mechanic, but this is in the love position as well. So hopefully, you know, if you put down whatever your burdens are and you're ready to be at peace and let them go, and your financial this cycle as well of growth. Potentially coming to an end, and it looks like in the love life you could also have something coming to an end. Be wary of taking high risks in your love life during this time. You could be feeling lucky, so to speak. We do have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Be sure not to gamble away your finances. It could be causing trouble in your love life. But it's okay to take chances as well. Sometimes we like to leave things up to fate. Sometimes we like to leave things up to the universe, because we all kind of like to, you know, think of destiny. And I'm going to pull a card for that. And I'm pulling the Star card. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Use your best intuition, really. Ultimately, it's up to you. We have infinite choice points in our life. Infinite choice points every day that we can take. And so we're seeing this this card of really just healthy balance, clear waters, calm waters. We see the balancing of energies here into a process of even perhaps distillation that is going to bring about, I'm hearing change, and I'm also hearing everywhere. And so star sign is Capricorn, and we're looking down at the Star card, the number 17 in the major arcana. It looks like you have some guidance, perhaps. It really makes me think of the North Star, being guided by the stars, and perhaps even having a really clear picture of your own reflection during this time, as I'm seeing in the waters. So you could be doing a bit of self-reflection in relation to your destiny, and it looks like it's coming out really well for you. You've got healthy expression, and so communication with others should be balanced for you around this time. This is a really, really great card. A really special one, actually. And you're kind of like the star of the show, right? Whatever your destiny entails, I'm hearing unfolds. And that is, that's a really positive note. So good for you, the Star. Capricorn, the Star. Now let's pull one more. I'm hearing worries. Anything for miscorrections, errors, or things that need to be corrected. And I'm getting another major arcana card. The 7, and it's kind of right. I'm hearing conjunct, and I'm hearing Jupiter. Kind of right. Catty corner too. The 7 of Pentacles reversed, and so it could be something to do with material wealth or the finances or creation, as a creationary force. And this is the card of the Chariot, 7 in the major arcana. Anything that needs to be corrected during this time. Anything that's been misdirected, miscorrected, or needs to be reconnected or redirected. And this is the card of special relativity, which is really special. And so relativism, it could literally be the space in relation to you and others, or the things around you that you're hyper aware of during this time, or should be hyper aware of. The Chariot we see as forward momentum. And so if you've got wheels that are stopping your machine during this time, so to speak, try to find some balance. It looks like the Star card could help you really, really oil those wheels and those gears, and kind of grease up or add oil to your potential. If you're someone who's made a decision regarding a vehicle or automotive or finances during this time, you could even literally just want to make sure that you have your oil change. Make sure that you have your, I'm hearing tires, I'm hearing neck and like necktie. Make sure that you have your tires checked. Make sure you have your oil checked. You've got all kinds, all of your fluids, everything balanced on your car. You may want to check out your vehicle, make sure it's all up to date. Have it inspected, because you could run into an issue that could affect your forward momentum, that could affect your, and locomotion really comes to mind. And it looks like you've got a lot of potential to work with and a lot of things you want to manifest. So you don't want to have any hang-ups regarding anything that could, I'm hearing spoil, and I'm hearing race. I'm thinking of gearheads, mechanics, and also racing. So cars and automotive stuff seems to be, I'm hearing finances, seems to be a little bit of a theme here. If you're someone who likes cars, also be aware, be careful during this time to, instead of having a commodity or an upgrade, that is, I'm hearing commercial advertisement. That is more of a luxury versus a necessity. Just make sure you have your necessities checked. Make sure that you've got a well-oiled machine. Whether it be your car or your life in general, or your own light body vehicle that's moving through space-time. So a little bit of Einstein there for you on the Chariot card, and hopefully you won't get stuck. If you just kind of make sure, again, that you have all the information that you need, do the fact-checking, do the research, and hopefully that you will have that forward momentum with what you're manifesting. So, I'm hearing spirit. Alright, happy birthday, Capricorn. I wish you all well.